What is going on, everybody? This is going to be a video on what I think were the top 5 offensive schemes in Madden 17, kind of as a year in review series. This idea was given to me by somebody named Ken Prosper. He commented and gave me this idea, and I thought it was a fantastic idea, so shout out to Ken Prosper. Thank you very much. So it's going to be top 5. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start at number 5, count up to number 1. So coming at number 5, in my opinion, was gun wide trips weak. So you saw this if you watched the Madden Bowl. W won the Madden Bowl running it. You see some other people kind of mix it in. W was the only one that really ran it as a primary formation in his scheme, but I do think that it deserves a spot on this top 5 list. It was a tough offense to contain because of it's different, right? Almost all the popular offenses do have those, compressed sets in them and are kind of similar in nature, but this was the only really spread out offense that you saw, and it did have a lot of elements that made it tough to stop. You had PA wide receiver in, you had Y corner, you have, corner strike. You still have elements of, say, gun bunch out of this. You have that PA post cross shot play that W made famous with the slot receiver with the deep cross over the middle of the field. So you have a lot of stuff you have to worry about to defend against, and against someone who knows the offense like the back of their hand and knows, even just like the simplest route combos out of this formation can be really tough to defend. It can be a very methodical formation. You really have to drive your way down the field if your opponent is playing that kind of bend but don't break style of defense. But I do think it deserves a spot on this top 5, mainly because of W. Also, in the collegiate league this year, I ended up playing against Blocky in the second round and lost to him, and he was running this offense as well. Blocky, if you guys don't know, Blocky went on to win the entire thing. Lost to him, but he was running this, and it was very difficult to stop. So I might be slightly biased, but I think this comes in at number 5. So number 4 is going to be the jumbo heavy offense, single back jumbo heavy out of only the run balance playbook. Now, I believe it was Lights Out that made this offense famous, probably in the middle of the year, beginning the middle of the year. And you have a lot of people who kind of followed suit. Stiff also runs it. They're the Madden Daily guys, Lights Out and Stiff, so they both run it. I know Shakobi runs it. I believe Zan started running it. So you see it catch on as the year has gone on. And it is a tough offense to stop. You have, especially with that wide receiver wing package, it goes from, it's goal line personnel to now you have 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and a running back. And you can also still audible to that goal line formation. A lot of people will do that and run the Power O, which is probably the best run in the game this year. Not just goal line Power O, but Power O in general. But Jumbo Heavy does have a great running game, HB dive, HB counter, HB stretch, and then you have some fantastic passing options with tight end corners, one of the most versatile passing plays in the game. You can run it like bench. You can run it. You have that deep Z-spot post route over the middle. You can get really creative with that. You have you can motion out either receiver on the outside to get delayed routes, so you can go delayed slants on either side or delayed whatever. Even if you just want to motion a guy out to kind of stretch the defense. You can motion the running back out the backfield. That's also a popular thing. You can motion him out and run him on a delayed slant or him on a wheel route up the sideline. And then you have tight end shake, which is a fantastic play in the red zone. You have to worry about getting high pointed to the corner route or the shake route. And then you have the PA counter waggle, which is a great cover 2 buster this year with that deep corner route being run by that receiver. So it's really effective this year with all the cover 2 you see between nickel blitz, DB fire 2 press, stuff like that. So definitely deserving of this number 4 ranking in my opinion. So number 3 is going to be the gun tight offset tight end offense. Now this offense caught fire at the beginning of the year. Almost everybody was running it, and it kind of lost steam as the year went on. If it was a top 5 right now, it probably wouldn't make it, but since it's an entire year in review, I would say gun tight offset tight end does come in at number 3. You saw Problem ran it a little bit in the Madden Championship. In prior tournaments, Kev was running it, Serious Mo was running it, guys like that. If you watched FMB Monster, he runs it, although he only runs basically one play, which is that PA shot seams, which is a fantastic play, but it still has a lot of other really good plays in it. It has the inside zone, which I think, in my opinion, was the best gun run play in the game this year. Also, you have the 0-1 trap. If you watch Mills, and I believe it was the Madden, it might have been the Madden Classic. It was the first tournament that Mills showed up in, and I can't remember if it was the Madden Classic or what it was called. But if you watched him initially, he ran this, and he ran a lot of 0-1 trap. And 0-1 trap actually matches up really well against the meta defenses this year because of the fact they're pinching their line. So that's just naturally a bad alignment against 0-1 trap this year. And then obviously the passing plays at a gun tight offset tight end. You've got bench, you can run it either stock or with the double flats. You got spot corner, that slot C route, really difficult to guard. You almost have to user it. Mills under, so you've got the deep post route. You've got a dragon route out the backfield, which is basically a speed out route this year to your running back. Rams Y out, that's been a popular play this year to beat cover 3 one play touchdown. If you watch my breakdown of how Misery did it at a gun bunch, very similar concept. So you have a wide variety of plays out of this formation, along with, just like Jumbo Heavy, you have the 2 outside receivers. Although it's a compressed formation, you can motion them both out, so you have the ability to run delayed slants on either side, or you can just motion them out, create space, put them on a fade, put them on a comeback, whatever you want to do. Very versatile formation. So number 2, I'm going to say gun tight flex out of the Tennessee Titans playbook. Also gun tight offset tight end only in the Saints and Rams playbook, just going back to that. But gun tight flex out of the Tennessee Titans playbook. It's also in the Buccaneers, and I believe it is in pass balanced. I could be wrong on that, but I know for sure it's in Titans and Buccaneers. But almost everybody runs it out of Titans because Titans does have a very well-rounded playbook. And I believe they have PA post shot, which is the best play in this formation in my opinion. I don't think the Bucs have PA post shot, but PA post shot, that inside receiver deep crossing route is so tough to defend. You almost have to use it. No zone is going to guard it, and cross manning almost doesn't even work that well because it's such a deep route, and with these receivers being so juiced at this point of the year, such high route running, such high speed, even with the cross man on it, it still sometimes is able to get that separation, and you're able to squeeze it in down the sideline. So super tough play to stop. You almost pretty much have to use that route. If you watch, Joke ran this offense, Los ran this offense, there were a couple others, Lil Man ran this offense, so Mo ran this. So, and this was all in the Madden 17 championship. So it really caught steam as the year went on. When the year started, nobody was really running this. I think the only people who ran this were like Joel, or he might have been the only one. But as the year went on, definitely caught steam. You saw it a lot in the Madden 17 championship. That PA post shot play, super tough to defend. You've also got the normal cornerstones of compressed formations such as bench, double spot. So their bench out of this formation has super deep corner routes, but then you can run double spot as a kind of mix up for the double flats bench concept. That works much better with those quicker corners. The only run play out of this formation, out of the Titans playbook, is the HB draw, but as we've seen as the year's gone on, HB draw has been a good run play. I'm not sure if it's completely because HB draw was good this year, or if it just matched up well against most of the defenses, which had, half of the D line dropping into coverage. If it was, say, nickel or something, even against 4-6 normal, cover 2 invert, a lot of people only rushed, 3 players out of that formation, so maybe it had to do with matchups, but HB draw has been a good run play. And then if you watch Series Mo, he actually made good use of a play inside high-low, which has a deep crossing route similar to PA post shot. But what he would do is he would motion it over. So instead of being a deep crossing route, it would become a deep corner. So he would flood one side of the field. He'd have a fade, the deep corner, and then a block and release flat route. And then on the opposite side, he'd put a hitch. And so that's where the playmaker hitch came into play, where he'd run the hitch, and then 1 or 2 seconds into the play, he would playmaker him into the direction of, the open space. So that was a cute wrinkle. You can get really fancy with this formation, and I definitely think with its recent surge in popularity, it deserves that number 2 spot. Now, before I get to number 1, which I'm sure you guys know what it is, a few honorable mentions. Gun Ace Twins offset, the first one. If you watch the Jacksonville Jaguars Club Series Championship, True Boy made really good usage of this formation. Also, if you've ever watched Skeeman play, he was in the Madden 17 Championship. I don't know if he ran it in the Madden 17 Championship, but in the past other tournaments, he was running Gun Ace Twins offset. Definitely a good formation. Can get very fancy with the motions. If you motion the outside receiver all the way to the left and motion him right, it almost becomes kind of like a Snugs formation. You have a tight alignment, so very versatile, can give multiple decent looks out of it, and has some good plays. So that's an honorable mention. I form tight is going to be the next one. So a little bit of a change up here, more of a running focus formation. If you watch Mills in the Madden 17 Championship, he ran a lot of I form tight. I think the reason this formation's even on here is because of the play Power O. Over the year, at the beginning of the year, the stretch and counter were OP. They nerfed the stretch and counter, so Power O kind of came to the forefront as the best run in Madden, the best pure run. And so I think I form tight's probably the best formation to run Power O out of, because you do have a tight end on either side, very balanced formation. Your opponent can't commit to one side or the other. He's got to respect both sides, and it's so easy to run it to either side. Simple flick of the analog stick, you've got the play flip. So I form tight can be very tough to slow down if someone's committed to that Power O. Gun split close. Now, split close kind of fell off as the year went on. I think it was very popular in the years past as well, but the only person I can remember recently running it was LT at the Kansas City Chiefs Club Series Championship. Now, split close, basically tandem of fullback inside, HP Power O, HP Wheel, and throw into the flats. Gun Snugs is going to be the last honorable mention, and I think this would have been on the top 5 if Gun Tight Offset Tight End didn't exist. They're so similar in alignment. Gun Tight Offset Tight End actually has the more desirable personnel with the 3 receiver, 1 tight end, 1 running back, whereas Gun Snugs is 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. So Gun Tight Offset Tight End has a lot more options in terms of being able to audible in and out of different formations than Gun Snugs does. Gun Snugs, the only thing it has on Gun Tight Offset Tight End, in my opinion, is that PA zone across play, which has been a great play this year to beat cover 2 deep with that deep corner route. So I will say that is something that has going for it, but I think some of the other pros of Gun Tight Offset Tight End kind of outweigh the pros of Gun Snugs, and that's why it kind of just outshines it this year. So number 1, I'm sure you guys already know, it's going to be Gun Bunch. So if you watch the Madden 17 Championship at all, basically everybody, even if they didn't use Gun Bunch as their primary formation, primary scheme, almost everybody had a little mini scheme out of Gun Bunch. Almost every single player had, a Gun Bunch little scheme in their arsenal. So obviously the guy who won the tournament, Skimbo, lived in Gun Bunch. You've got guys like Boogs who also have lived in Gun Bunch. He's had a very good offense this year. Kiv was running a lot of Gun Bunch. So, it's just such a versatile formation. There's not much more to say. I think Corner Strike out of Gun Bunch has been the best play in the game this year. You also have to worry about some great complementary plays, Z-Spot, PA Post, Verticals. Verticals might be one of the best top 3 cover 2 beaters this year. You got Deep Attack, depending on what playbook you're running. I know the Rams playbook has that Deep Attack play with that post on the left side. You got 2 great run plays, HB base. Not all playbooks have that HB base, but for the ones that do, it's been a great run play this year. You got the HB mid draw, which I touched on earlier. Draws have been effective. You've got inside cross. So you have the C route on the left side along with the dragon route out the backfield. That's a nice little niche play that you can mix in every now and then. Your opponent probably won't be expecting. But really the core of Corner Strike, Z-Spot, Verticals, I would throw PA Post in there, and then a run play, whether it be HB base or HB mid draw. Just those 5 plays, so versatile. Just the routes, so unique, so versatile, and the way you can motion people around. So right, you have that motion out on the bunch side to get the delayed slant underneath. You have the motion to the tight end to the left to get him on a speed burst. You have the motion for the tight end from put him to the left and then throw him back to the right. You get him on a delayed route. You have the motion out the backfield with the running back where you can switch him from the left to the right and get that flat zone on the left side to play man-to-man on a C route on the left. So it's just so many things you have to worry about out of this formation. Super, super tough to stop in the right hands. As you saw Skimbo, I don't think anybody came close to stopping his offense in the Madden 17 championship. He basically just rolled through everybody, and he wasn't doing anything super fancy. I mean, you know, he was running 5-6 plays at max. I mean, mostly it was corner strike, Z-spot, and verticals. So just has been by far the best formation in the game, in my opinion, this year. And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out next year in terms of if EA nerfed it, took some plays out, what have you. It'll be interesting to see if it can remain in the top 5 next year. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be making a top 5 defensive schemes video as well. But let me know, comment, and let me know what I can do better. Let me know what you thought your top 5 offensive schemes were. And I'd be interested to hear that. So thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, take it easy.
When you're thinking, damn, what is this? That's us. Make it speakers bam when it hits like what? Give it summer jams with that west side stuff. Everybody hands in the air straight up. Put them to the sky so high, now jump. Jay is something crazy when that bassline bump. We just getting started, but that beat gon' cut. We just wanna party so tonight, so what? Come on everybody, put the drink down back.